Hi, I'm Sophia De Stefano and I'm outside the Haymaker gym ready to interview David Haye, who, as you'll see, is in very good shape for his grudge match against Dereck Chisora on Saturday, July the 14th.
Within the first 5 rounds, he's getting knocked out. The referee will stop the fight.
There's been so much controversy and criticism surrounding this fight. It's finally on, inside a ring, not out of the ring. We've got 2 days to go. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. You know, a lot of the, as you said, a lot of the criticisms and a lot of the hype surrounding this fight has been bubbling over for some time now. But I think that's all getting cast aside now, and people have got the realisation that 2 guys actually can go and have a boxing match. That's what it's always been about. And I think people are really, really excited. I'm excited. I mean, as I said, I'm in fantastic condition. I'm ready to go to war.
Now, you retired back in October, and you said you would only come out of retirement if it was to fight one of the Klitschko brothers. Now, obviously, people can understand financial reasons, but what are the main other reasons you're actually fighting Dereck Chisora?
Public demand. Public demand, really. As I said when I retired in October last year that on my 30th birthday, on my 31st birthday, that I ceased to be an active professional boxer. I would break that for a world title fight with either Vitaly or Vladimir Klitschko. That didn't look very likely. This fight came up through pure coincidence. I ended up having a brawl in a press conference with Dereck Chisora.
I don't want to harp on about that because obviously it's been talked to its death. Yeah. But do you believe partly that could have been premeditated by Chisora to actually get this fight on? Because had that not happened... Yeah,
you could say that, you know, and it would have been a master stroke if he did premeditate that brawl going on. If he knew that by coming after me, I was gonna whack him, then he was it would have been a master stroke by him because he's got a nice big juicy payday, and coming off 3 title defeats, which he has done, you know, to get a big high profile fight like this is pretty much, it would be impossible. But because of the madness in Munich, here we are today. Here I am, 2 days away from getting in the ring at Upton Park in front of 40,000 people, you know, live on Box Nation. People are very excited.
In light of his fight against Klitschko, you know, he was able to take his best shots, and he did continuously put a good amount of pressure on him. You've said that, in your own words, you'll end this clinically. Why are you so convinced of that? Because
I punch harder than Vitaly Klitschko. I punch faster. I'm a lot younger. I'm a lot fresher. And Dereck Chisora will feel that real fast in this fight. You know, if he thinks that because he went 12 rounds with Vitaly Klitschko, that gives him the divine right to go the distance with me, or makes his chin that much sturdier than anyone I fought before that I've knocked out, then he's in for a rude awakening. Because when that first bell rings, he'll realise that he's out of his depth.
Do you feel... someone has said that it's only going to go in 10 rounds, is that right?
10-round fight, yeah. It was always ever a 10-round fight. I don't know where the 12-round fight. I got a cop when I first signed the contract. It was a 10-round non-title fight. Then people started talking about these international, intercontinental titles being attached to it, and I think they can be fought over 10 or 12 rounds. And it was a 10-round fight. It was, as far as I was concerned, it was always a 10-round fight. That's what I signed up for. That's what it is.
Do you believe it will go the 10 rounds, or do you think you'll stop him early?
I'll believe I stop him early. I don't believe he's good enough to go 10 rounds with me. Even if he just goes into survival mode, I think I'll be able to break him down. Which he's not going to go. He's going to come in to go to war with me, but he's coming unarmed. Your
last 2 opponents have been very defensive, and you've said in the past that you enjoy fighting against a pressure fighter. You feel it makes you look better, and you have a better fight against them. Would you say Dereck Chisora epitomises a pressure fighter?
Yeah, he is. He comes forward. You know, his defence isn't that great. He gets hit a lot. He's got plenty of body to hit. He's got loads of face to hit. Big, massive head. And I think he's tailor-made for my particular style to look $1 million.
Going back to the Klitschko fight, I think you'll admit it was possibly a bad day in the office for you. And you came in for a lot of criticism for you citing the toe injury as a reason or an excuse. Do you regret any of that after, obviously, the criticism you had from the aftermath of those comments? No,
you know, I was going to get criticism no matter what. You know, I said I was going to go out there and blast literally decapitate Vladimir Klitschko in the ring. That didn't happen. So when you put a lot of pressure on yourself, when you say you're going to do such amazing things and you don't, you got to get the stick. You got to take the rough with the smooth. I've had my fair share of fantastic press, so that was my little share of bad press. And did I deserve it? Yeah, you know, I didn't perform like I said I was going to perform. So, you know, whatever stick I got, you know, throw it at me, because, you know, it doesn't really faze me.
Obviously, the British boxing fans were very disappointed from that loss. Do you feel this fight is almost slightly to help pay back your fans?
No, definitely will get anyone who wasn't entertained in my last fight will be thoroughly entertained in this fight, and they will get a sense of you know, get their money back a little bit in this one, because they're going to get a lot more than they bargained for when they tune into this fight.
Now, I've been speaking to the other guys in your training camp, and they've said this is the best training camp you've ever had in terms of injury-free, in terms of just continually good quality. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I go along with that. You know, it's been many years, probably since 2008, I'd say, where things have gone as smoothly as they've gone. I'm hitting all my targets, and I feel good, and I'm just looking forward to, you know, getting in there and showing it on Saturday night.
Do you feel would you say you're in the best shape you've ever been going into a fight?
Yeah, I'd say I'm definitely up there, without a doubt. You know, I'd say prior to this, I'd say the fight when I fought Enzo Macronelli, physically I was in the best shape. I'd say this fight, you know, I'm in the same sort of place.
Have you done much in terms of, you know, changing your regime going up to it, nutrition? I hear you've done the detox kitchen. What did that entail? Yeah,
they pack all your dinner, your breakfast, lunch, and dinners for you. It's all organic, it's all healthy, and I did that for a couple of weeks, and I felt a difference. Felt nice and healthy and fresh, and it definitely helped kickstart my training. I did that a few months ago. It definitely helped kickstart my training, making sure you got a good base and foundation, and flushing out all the toxins from your system. And I feel healthy, I really do, you know. And I think that having a good, healthy, organic diet does make a difference in the long term, not just for when you're preparing for a fight, but in everyday life. And that's what I've done for the last probably 10 years, and it's made a huge difference. And I definitely feel that other fighters and other athletes and people in general should look to, they say you are what you eat, so if you eat healthy organic food, then you're going to be a healthy organic person.
Something I'm interested in is the medical side of a professional athlete, and something that's been brought into the public eye is heart conditions in athletes, what with Fabrice Muamba having a cardiac arrest, and tragically his name's Hazel Grove, he was a 17-year-old boxer who died of a cardiac arrest. Knowing obviously the pressure and strain you put under your body, has that made you slightly more aware to think, you know, maybe I should be getting more checkups and heart checkups?
Yeah, slightly. I haven't really had any issues with any heart problems myself. I've had when I recently got my license with the Luxembourg Boxing Federation, I think it was the ECG, or they put all these electrodes on my heart and wanted to check out my heart rate, and which is the first time I've ever done that for a boxing medical.
What's the first time you've ever had a heart checkup? Yeah,
so I didn't know what they were doing. I'd never had that before. Normally, you got to sort of put your finger on your nose, and just the medical's pretty. You got to do your blood tests, obviously, and check your eyes and your ears. But I'd never had my heart checked out, and I have done. So maybe because of what's happened, they've pulled their socks up and realised that everyone needs to get their heart checked out, because you never know. Just because someone looks healthy doesn't mean inside there isn't some pressure on a valve in their heart that could potentially cause to some sort of cardiac arrest.
Going back to this fight, it's obviously an ultimate massive grudge fight. Do you really intensely dislike the guy, or is this a big build-up for cameras, like a lot of your fights?
There's nothing to like about this guy, Dereck Chisora. You know, he's been convicted of beating up his ex-girlfriend. You know, he's been convicted of attacking a police officer, convicted of carrying an offensive weapon. You know, the guy's slapped people, spit at people, bit people in the ring, grabbed another man, kissed him on his lips at a weigh-in. The guy's just got a consistent record of being an idiot and very unlikable character. So he's never done anything likable, if you ask me. You know, the things he says about myself, the things he says about other people.
Can that affect your mindset that when you go into a fight with that kind of slight emotional side?
No, I won't get emotional. it's a business, it's a job. You know, I'm gonna go out there and do a job on this guy. You know, he coincidentally happens to be an idiot and someone who I dislike. So I'll get a little bit more satisfaction from destroying him than I would do someone else.
If this doesn't lead on to fight one of the Klitschko brothers, which ideally is what you wanted to come out of retirement for, Will this be the last time we see you in a ring?
Potentially, yeah. I said this whole fight is a public demand, and also, you know, Vitaly Klitschko's manager Bernd Bunter said David Haye fights Dereck Chisora and the winner fights Vitaly. So they've said, you know, we do this sort of semi-finals thing, and the winner fights Vitaly. So whether they'll keep to that or not, I don't know. But you know, it's an interesting situation. I'm just looking forward to getting this fight, you know, getting in there and getting this fight on. And then I'll take it from there afterwards.
Finally, what's your prediction for the fight and what round?
My prediction for the fight is a very explosive start. I believe Dereck Chisora will take a bit of abuse early doors, but he will buckle. His legs will buckle very, very fast in this fight, and that will change the flow of the fight. That will change his intensity coming at me, coming towards me. So I predict a first half of the fight, within the first 5 rounds, he's getting knocked out. The referee will stop the fight.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much. Anytime.